Hello everybody, my name's Bruce, and this is the first video I have ever actually recorded. I've never even posted on Facebook, so I want to say in advance I apologize if the quality of this isn't great. But I did want to do this in support of Brandon and also in support of all the other walkaways who have done videos. I've been very, very moved by all the videos you have done, and I felt like I wanted to add one again for Brandon. So a little bit about me. I'm a 60-year-old. I am a gay man. I have voted Democratic for president from 1980 through 2012. And in 2016, when I was beginning to think about who I might support as the primaries were coming up, I was very much unnerved by the idea that Hillary Clinton could be the candidate for the Democrats. Like many of you, I lived through many years of controversies and scandals involving the Clintons, both Mr. and Mrs. Prior to them getting into office in '92, there was Jennifer Flowers, there was Whitewater. After they got into office, there was immediately Travelgate, there was Vince Foster, Monica Lewinsky, and then after Hillary became Secretary of State, of course, Benghazi and the email server scandal. So the thought of having someone with that character and that track record in office was just truly nauseating to me, even though as a gay man, I had already supported Democrats. I just couldn't bring myself to support her. And I figured that the scandals wouldn't stop. If anything, they would only get worse or more numerous if she were to be placed into office as president. So I really did look around at other candidates, even though, as a gay person, it's assumed you're going to vote Democrat. But I was really looking for somebody who I felt could get the job done, could start making changes and address some of the issues we've talked about for 30, 40 years and never done anything about, like immigration, like our soaring deficits, and living in the flyover. I am particularly have been concerned for decades about the loss of our manufacturing and our business and what it's done to our region. I mean, I've seen whole communities devastated, disappear, but more importantly, the families that have been affected so negatively. It's just has been very, very difficult to watch. I remember President Obama saying to a crowd once in a speech, you know, you're going to have to get over this idea of jobs coming back because they're just not going to. And he never seemed to even make an effort. So when Mr. Trump, when he was campaigning, talked about the issue, which he was one of the first that I can recall ever saying much about it, and actually having a plan to do something about it, I was very interested. And I was very interested also that he was an outsider. It seems like every campaign I followed in the last 30, 40 years, the candidates clamor to claim the mantle of being an outsider, but none of them really are. And when they get into the office, their actions have shown that. So I felt like maybe there was a chance with Mr. Trump. So I thought, well, I will really go out on a limb. I will decide not to vote Democrat, and I did vote for Mr. Trump, and I've not regretted it one bit. I've been very happy with what he's done. But as I say, as a gay man, you really are expected to vote Democrat, or if you don't, you're not going to say much about that. So there was one event that happened, one thing that happened at the GOP convention that really kind of told me that I was probably doing the right thing by moving away from the Democrats. And that was at the 2016 convention in Cleveland. For the first time, an out and proud gay man actually spoke and addressed to that convention as such. And it was a very, very important moment for me personally. And maybe more important than that, was how President Trump or candidate Trump handled that. You may recall that at his acceptance speech, he stopped the speech and actually thanked the gentleman for participating in the convention and thanked the crowd for so warmly welcoming him, saying that that was long overdue. And that was a freeing moment for me to say, hey, you do have an option now as a gay person. You can vote for the candidate who really personifies your philosophies, political philosophies, and so it was just blown away by that. What happened next, though, really caused me to start to run from the Democrats. I had figured that the gay media would not likely pick up on what had happened at the convention, and certainly the mainstream media probably would not have either. So what I decided to do was to post on some of the gay media sites that this had actually happened, and to let folks know that they can maybe begin to think about a different candidate other than Hillary. The level of vitriol that I got in response was just astounding to me and very depressing. I was called a sellout. I was told I was no longer welcome in the gay community. I was told I was going to rot in hell, burn in hell, you name it. It was just absolutely astounding to me. And that really was the point where I decided, hey, I can't go back. I've got to move forward. And I decided to support candidate Trump wholeheartedly at that point. So since the election, as I say, I've been very pleased with the work that's been done by the president thus far. But the actions of the Democrats since this 2016 election have really caused me to decide not to look back, not to go back, and just run faster. The level of hate that has been articulated by not only our representatives and senators, the media, the closed-mindedness, the shutting down of free speech, all of this I've just found totally unacceptable, and I can't condone it, and I can't look back and consider the Democrats, at least not in the foreseeable future. So if you are a fellow gay man out there, a gay person, I just urge you do have a choice. You don't have to stay with the Democratic Party. You can vote Republican. I would say that I've not necessarily run to the Republicans so much. I did not see them support the candidate Trump, certainly not during the primaries. They certainly didn't help him in the convention. They haven't done a heck of a lot for him since. So I would say I probably align more with Libertarian than Republican. But still, for gay folks out there, you have a choice now. And very, very happy for that. So again, I'm doing this for Brandon. Thank you, Brandon, for all you have done to organize this group. I feel like I have a family now. Thank you to all the others who have posted and all the others who have supported Walkaway. God bless you all. Thank you.